Hello, I'm your college cook, and today we're making some chicken stock. This is technically meal 4 of using an entire chicken, but stock can be made into many other meals. But think of this as like a 4 plus, and I'm not sure how many foods will require chicken stock as an ingredient. Now I know chicken stock is very fancy, but it's pretty easy to make. It just takes patience. The first step I like to do is get out my chicken spine and cut it down into smaller pieces. That way the meat inside is exposed. If you're like me and you froze the chicken beforehand, give it a day to defrost, even if just the bones. Although I'm using raw chicken, you could also use a rotisserie chicken to make stock. Just keep the bones after you're done eating and they can become some stock later on. That's actually what I did for my first stock to make caldo de pollo, a chicken soup that I'll make later on down the line of this video making career. Alongside the chicken, you're also going to be needing some aromatics. This can be literally anything that's a vegetable or scraps. This is actually the reason I've kept that butter container full of onion scraps like you've seen in other videos. You don't need to go out and buy new vegetables to make stock. Most are actually made from using unused parts of vegetables, such as carrot slices, onion skins, stuff like that. I only had a few vegetables on hand, which is fine. I like to snack on baby carrots, which will come in handy for this. The type of vegetable doesn't matter too much, just pick stuff that you would enjoy, since you still taste it in the stock. Vegetables aren't mandatory for stock either. You can make stock from just chicken and you'd be fine. Vegetables aren't a necessity, it's just flavor bonuses. For mine, I'll be using onion, garlic, cilantro, carrots, and tomatoes. Instead of using my trusty pork pot, I'm going to be using this bigger pot that I was given a few months ago by my mom. I only use this one for bigger meals, like this one. And I plan on making a good amount of stock to last me a while. Fill it with water and place down on the stove at medium-high heat, adding your chicken bones and vegetables if you have any. Although you saw me add pepper, I'm not going to add any salt to this. This is because I'm going to be using this stock for other dishes, and I don't want to make those too salty or worry about balancing later on. I want to give this stock as much wiggle room as possible to be in as many recipes as I can. Stir lightly until the water begins to boil, and once it does, lower the heat so it can become a simmer. Eventually, some dirty stuff will start to rise. Some gunk. Just use a spoon or a ladle to remove that. It's not dangerous or anything. It just makes your stock cloudy, which I heard is bad. So I'll do it. This is going to be the hardest part. You wait. Honest to God, I'm very impatient, so I kept checking every 20 minutes or so, which you don't need to do, trust me. I was worried about it evaporating too much, which is not what you shouldn't worry about. My advice? Get a movie or something ready to play, so you can be distracted for 2 hours or so. Some say that stock should take about 4 to 8 hours or even overnight to cook. I ain't doing all that. I'm only gonna do 2 hours. It's only one chicken carcass, and look at my small pot. A good sign to tell you when the stock is ready is the color of it too. When the water changes from just clear water to some nice liquid gold, as some people call it, you know it's ready. That is surely a beauty. Once it's ready, carefully remove the pot from the heat and get another pot. Welcome back, poor pot, to catch the stock. Using a strainer, get out the big pieces first and start lightly shaking to get the juices out. For cleanliness reasons, I'll put the bones in this bag to properly dispose of later. Add in more pieces and begin to pour the stock out when you feel ready. I'm using one hand, but if you want to, use two. Yeah. That's about it. There you have it. Some delicious homemade chicken stock. All that's left for us to do is just store it away for later. I have leftover applesauce in Alfredo jars, and I'll be using this one plastic container. Quick disclaimer, be sure to let your chicken stock cool down a little bit before storing it, since it could warp even thick plastic slightly. and putting very hot food in the fridge or even freezer can speed up the creation of bacteria. I'm putting 2 jars in the freezer and 1 container in the fridge, since I don't think I'll be needing too much soon. Any type of stock has a fridge life of about a week in the refrigerator, and it can last about half a year in the freezer. I hope this video helped you out even just a little bit with making some homemade stock. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.